All right, we're here to talk about the Long Island Railroad project, the third track. Sorry if there's a fan blowing, you might hear that. It's just warm in here, man. It's just warm in here because I live in the hot box of Long Island. But anyway, that'll be talk about that in the weather update. But the new switch, it says here, this is from the Long Island Railroad today on Twitter. The new switch from the westbound local track to the eastbound Oyster Bay branch has been installed and the old one removed. So that means that now Oyster Bay trains, all Oyster Bay trains are going to be coming on the north side, which is such a dumb setup. And it says here, will doubtlessly be the cause of needless delays and frustrations for many years to come. So this is just another example of how this third track project is inferior. So this reconfiguration requires all Oyster Bay trains to stop at Mineola using only the westbound platform, halting the flow of westbound traffic every time. One of several big design flaws introduced into the project in 2018, and he talks about it here in this link here, which we'll look at later. So this adds to the bottleneck to the west at Floral Park, where another new switch was recently cut in. This one will require the eastbound main line and westbound Hempstead trains to clash through Floral Park Station. Another terrible design. So they cut so many corners. West of Floral Park, they flipped the switch, and the new one installed is very sharp. They were using it today, and westbound trains were getting slow approach signals. Slow speed until clear, and then medium speed. So again, just really inferior service on inferior. This whole third track project is done inferiorly, and the main line will never really live up to its full potential, and it will always be forgotten and treated like crap compared to the South Shore, even after all this is said and done. So this is what some of the things he talks about the plan here of the third track here on certain problems. Certain things about it in this. I'll provide you the link here to this here. This is a long thing here, but yeah, very interesting there. But let's talk about what's going on right now because there is track work going on the main line this week, August 8th to 12th. And what they are doing here is they are putting the third track in service from Floral Park to just west of Mineola. So as a result, they have to remove the platforms at New Hyde Park and Merillon Avenue. So so it says here, look at the thing here. It'll say, move this over. Doesn't want to let me do it. All right, so it says here, as a result of track work related to the main line project, service at Merillon Ave. So this is between 3:30. So it says, here we go. Between the hours of 5 a.m. and 3:30 p.m., eastbound trains will not stop at New Hyde Park and Merillon Avenue. Passengers traveling to these stations from western terminals will board their normal train to Mineola and to train there for bus service to Merillon Avenue, New Hyde Park. And they are providing buses. So during the p.m. peak means stopping patterns are different. So we're going to look at the Port Jefferson zone. So you can see that there will be shuttle buses connecting. So if you're traveling in the reverse peak here, let's see, to Port Jefferson here in the reverse peak, you will see here that there are buses that will take you to and from. So they will go to from those stations, and some of those basically mirroring the stopping patterns of what trains used to stop there at the time. So instead of a train, you will have to take a bus to Mineola where you catch your train, and the chimes of the bus will be earlier than the train, so to allow time. And they do have shuttle bus. They actually do have shuttle buses. They did something right, and I'm very glad they did that. And they also did that not just for the Port Jefferson line, but for the Ronkonkoma line as well, as you'll see here. This is the schedule on the Ronk. Okay, this does not. So apparently they don't. I guess you have to use the Port Jefferson branch schedule to see when the shuttle trains connect up. But it has them all in there. So at least they're providing shuttle buses. That's very good. But the big problem with this with this project here, let's see if he has the talks about now the third track. This is the no island platform at Mineola. This is not all station platforms, even the ones that don't have to be moved, will be demolished and rebuilt, building unnecessary pedestrian overpasses. And so this was a long time ago, right? So this is Now it doesn't have a drawing of it, but I'm gonna try to draw out what the problem is for you if you're not familiar. We're gonna just go to the maps here, and I'll show you what I mean, what the floors with this project here. So we're gonna look at the maps at the Mineola station, and I know this is old. This will probably be old data, but we will look at it. I'm sorry if you hear the fan blowing against the microphone. It's just warm in here, and I'm hot. All right. So they took out this switch here. This is the switch that would eastbound Oyster Bay trains would cross over, because this is now going to be the middle track. All right. So it's a flawed design because Mineola doesn't have an island platform. So that screws up the whole thing. By not giving Mineola an island platform, this is going to be a huge problem. So now, instead of Oyster Bay trains crossing over here like they used to, they're going to have to cross at the new interlocking here, which I think you can see it right here. Yeah, they're going to have to cross west of Mineola. So now, if there's a westbound train coming and the Oyster Bay train's coming, it's going to have to wait for that Oyster Bay train to clear. All right? So this is a big, big, big problem. You know, and you know how reliable those diesels are. All right? So if the one gets stuck at Mineola, God forbid, it's going to cause a nightmare, and they'll probably wind up sending trains down the middle track and just bypassing Mineola altogether. I just do not have a good feeling about this, guys. It's just yet another reason of mounting list of reasons why I need to move out of here, because once this opens, it's going to be a real crap show. I can't say the S word, but it's going to be horrible. And so that's problem number one. Now, that limits service on the Oyster Bay line. All right, and what's interesting here is they retain. I think they have a siding somewhere that they're putting in. Somewhere over here, I think. And I'm wondering if they want to turn the Oyster Bay trains eventually into a shuttle. So they're going to try to screw people on the Oyster Bay line. And now everybody, instead of going to Jamaica, will probably have to transfer at Mineola. All right. So yeah, they wanted to put one. Right here. What's this? This looks like a siding they're trying to put in right here. So I wonder if that's for the Oyster Bay line. Problem number two that he spoke about is the setup at Floral Park. So Floral Park, all mainline trains are going to be using this track right here. All right, so they're going to be using this track now. All right, once this third track goes into service, they will not be using this track anymore. All right, this track that you see right here that my mouse is over. This will be now considered the middle express track. So they're going to have to use this track. And now, what happens when a Hempstead train is coming? So the Hempstead train is going to have to wait for the mainline train, or the mainline train is going to have to wait for the Hempstead train. And again, this is going to limit the amount of service they can provide on the Hempstead branch. So you don't see the switch here, but it's been put in, and the mainline train is going to continue. We can draw it out right here. It's going to continue straight like this and meet up into this is the third track right here. It's going to go down. It's not a straight line, but it's just this project. They cut a ton of corners with this whole project, and it's going to be inferior. And I think down the line we're going to see that there's going to be a lot of limitations, and it's a good possibility. I think within the next 30 years that they're going to have to redo it again. I really do, and they're going to have to do it right by building an elevated structure, not 3 tracks but 4 tracks. All right. But, I mean, 3 tracks is enough, but it really is, but it's the way they designed it. It's the way they cut corners, all right? There should have been an island platform at Mineola. So at Mineola, what you should have had at Mineola is an island platform. So the Oyster Bay trains would come in on the middle track, all right? And then they would cross over, all right? So they would come in on the middle track. And then you have it set up like Babylon and Hicksville, where sometimes you have some Port Jefferson trains terminate on the middle track. And same thing with at Babylon with the Montauk or Spionk trains, all right? But they didn't do that, all right? That's problem 1. Mineola is going to need an island platform. They're going to have to build an island platform. I don't see any way out of it. I really don't. This whole thing is going to have to be redone, all right? Otherwise, the main line will continue to be a crap show, and I guess, just forget about it and just move. I guess that's really the only thing. Fight like hell, live on the South Shore. It's too hot here anyway. I'm dying in the heat as it is. So now, how would they straighten out the situation at Floral Park here? Because it narrows down to 2 tracks. Well, again, Floral Park should have been completely redone. This station is decrepit. It should have been completely redone. with 5 tracks. All right, could have been 5 tracks here. All right, and there would be a track where the mainline trains would use. You could have built. They actually had room. They could have extended the structure out over here and added another track and another platform, so the mainline trains could just kind of go on their own like track to get through the station. Now I don't know how you do a 5-track. Yeah, you probably have to have 2 island. There are 2 island platforms. This would be the Hempstead line here. We rebuild this, but it would be an island platform in the middle. All right. Then there'd be another island platform here for the Hempstead and the mainline trains. All right. You could probably still do with 4 tracks. Well, no, you still need the other one. You still need the other track. That would probably have to be a middle track. That they would have to add another track through here, basically. But it could have been done. All right. It would have been a track, but we wouldn't be able to have a platform there. So you probably would have had island platform here, then a mainline track here, all right, which would be a local mainline train that would stop at Floral Park, then the express track, and then the westbound local track, and you'd extend it out that way. That's the way they should have done it. But they just cheaped out at everything, just like the Willis Avenue tunnel, the overpasses, no elevator at Mineola on the new overpass. This whole thing is just, this whole project has been a sham. It's been a sham, and the main line will suffer for many years to come as a result of that. So I think that's going to be enough. I've spoken enough about it. So thank you for watching. And again, I'll provide you the links to the LIRR today. He does some good reporting on that. But it's nothing to celebrate. And I think, like I said, we're gonna suffer for years and years to come here. And that's just another reason why I've got a plan to move. I've actually found some listings that might be viable on some other towns. I'm not going to say where, but it's a matter of forcing my agency now to pay a few $100s more a month than they feel that they need to, and possibly taking legal action against them if I have to. I don't want to do that. But this town is done. All right. Bottom line, this town is done. The middle of the island is done. It's too hot here. And this project is just the crowning piece of crap on a piece of crap cake that we've been dealing with here in Mineola. And I don't want any part of this cake anymore. I'm out of it. That's it.